This week on Sport Fishing, we're aboard the Triton, and we left a few hours ago out of San Pedro, California, and now we're over on the west end of Catalina Island. So what we're gonna be doing today is fishing around here with live bait and artificial lures, looking for calico bass and hopefully some yellowtail. So stay tuned for this week's exciting episode of Sport Fishing. I'm Dan Hernandez and I live to fish. That's a nice vermilion right there. Yeah, this is what fishing's like. I've been fishing along the Pacific coast my entire life. Let me bring you in the action and share with you some great fishing tips along the way. Stay right there. A little bit higher. A little bit higher.
You got a nice yellow at Catalina out in front of Emerald Bay there. There you go, sir. Thank you very much. What's your number?
Calico fishing. Yeah. Feeling pretty good. That's the little calico. Let's see what we got here. Oh, baby yellow. Look at that. Ah, you tricked me. Go. And Hernandez trip, your little yellowtail front side of Catalina.
Whatever you want to do, Jazzy, it's your fish.
Throw him back. I'm going to let him grow up a little bit.
There you go.
Yeah, little buddy. Good job, dude. Way to kill that thing. What's your number, bud? 3. Good job. Attaboy.
Fishing over toward the west end of the island, and we're fishing live sardines. And it's just been a phenomenal year where there's been lots of yellowtail here at the island, a lot more than we normally see. In a typical year, if you got a handful of yellowtail on a boat at Catalina, you'd be extremely happy. But this year, boats are coming in with 50, 70 yellowtail on a trip, so it's been a remarkable year. So you just keep working those live baits, let them swim out toward the island. You can see where the skipper has this, there's one. There's a fish going right there. And skipper has us positioned right now. We're a little bit away from the island, so we can let the yellow swim by. Just hooked my first fish of the day. Hopefully it's a yellow, but fishing here at the island, it could be anything. It could be calico bass, white sea bass, you never know. I got a seal going here. Seal behind me. You got one too? Sure? Yeah, you do. Get around, keep going down that way. There's a fresh one going forward. Here comes mine. Oh, calico bass. Here comes my fish. Not a yellowtail, calico bass. So that's what I was fishing with, the live sardine and a mustad hook, 3/0 hook. And got them perfectly right there in the jaw. Nice calico bass, legal calico bass. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and release this fish, but we're gonna take a little break from the action here aboard the Triton, Catalina Island, and go to the tackle box and give you a good look at the gear we're using for today's fishing. This week in the tackle box, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we're doing today aboard the Triton. We're over at Catalina Island and we're fishing for yellowtail and calico bass. And on this particular trip, the yellowtail are those smaller size fish. So you don't need to use a really big hook. You need to use a little bit smaller hook. Downsize your hook to the size of the bait. And these aren't monster sardines, smaller sardines. So size 1 hook works out really good. Now, as far as styles of hooks, I like using the Mustad 94151s in the black nickel. And you can also use the Mustad 9174s in bronze. These will work out good too to use for these smaller sardines. Both these styles would work. If I was seeing the 20 and 30 pound yellows, then I would definitely stick with this one, the 94151. But with this size yellowtail, the smaller fish, both styles of these hooks will work. And most importantly, when you're at the bait well, spend a little bit of time there, get a good lively bait, then pin them onto your mustad hooks, get your bait away from the water, and you're gonna get bit. Let's get back on the water and show you more exciting action right here on Sport Fishing. So I'm fishing with 25-pound test line, medium action rod, and size 3/0 mustad live bait hook with the live sardine. We're here at the front side of Catalina Island, over toward the west, just past the isthmus. Let's see what I got here. Here's my calico. This calico got bit by something. All right, let's go ahead and release this one.
Go, you're almost there, brother. Can't quit now. Surfing. Dragon torture. Oh, don't pull, don't pull anymore once I got them, okay? Lift up again, lift up again. Don't lift. Oh, he's still got him. Why lift, lift up? I think you feel that. Take your time, take your time. We got him! He's dead! Big one! Look at that one. Look at the camera, buddy. Yeah. Big one. Woo! All right, buddy.
Water. Yeah. Yep.
Gaff. Somebody give me a gaff. We got him, bud. Yellowtail, yeah. Oh, boy. You got him, buddy. Here, hold the pole. You gotta get in the camera mode. Yeah. All right, guys.
Guys, you don't have to be big and strong to catch fish. It's all about technique. Watch Andrew here. He comes out with us on several of our charters every year with his dad. And just watch his technique. He's a young angler. He knows how to take advantage of the boat, the rail, his rod, and he's pulling his fish. Nice yellow, big yellow right here.
One more pull here, Andrew. One more thing.
One more time, you got him. Big yellow, put him free spool. Good job. Turn around. There's our skipper and our angler, Andrew. And I just want to show you how it's all about technique. Andrew is, I don't know, 1/10 of my weight. And he got this big yellow about the same size as he is. And it's all about technique. He's got a mustad hook right here.
Almost as tall as him.
Yeah, a ringer hook. And that having that ring really makes his bait look more lifelike. And he did a good job. Congratulations.
Thanks.
All right, stay tuned. We'll be right back with more action right here aboard the Triton at Catalina Island. Nice job. Hey guys, I want to share with you that today we're in Long Beach, California at Wahoo Fish Tacos. Standing next to me is one of the founders, Wing Lam. Hey Wing, thanks for inviting us over.
Thank you for having me.
And I want to give you guys a little behind the scenes. We're here at one of their locations. And can you tell our viewers how many locations you guys are up to now?
We get over 60 locations in 7 states and one in Tokyo, Japan.
Tokyo. How did that one get started?
A friend of mine owns a sushi restaurant in Newport called Buddha's Favorites. And he said, hey, I can make sushi, I can make fish tacos. So he decided to take a store back to Japan.
Cool. Can you give our viewers a little tip at home for if they're going to try making fish tacos at home, what not to do or a tip to do?
Well, the tip to do at home is if you're going to try to grill it, try to start with something that's a little firm, like say any of the tunas. But you got to be careful though, because the tunas tend to dry up really quickly.
Right.
So mahi-mahi, wahoo, albacore, halibut, they tend to be a little bit better, I think, than the tunas, because the tunas just dry up so quickly. And make sure not to overcook it. That's the biggest.
That's the biggest mistake.
That's the biggest thing. So you want to make sure that you have also everything else ready, and the fish is the last thing, because you want the fish. Because you know the joke is like, you let a steak sit there for a while because it's still cooking. Well, the same thing happens to fish. So you want to make sure that you get all your salsas, your guacamoles, everything else done, and then have your fish ready. And when that comes off the grill, everybody start grabbing their stuff.
And just assemble.
Yeah, just assemble.
And right here you got a little piece of wahoo going.
Oh yes, we do. And then it's basically perfectly done right there. See?
That looks good.
So put that over there in our holding pan. The traditional taco requires 2 tortillas. But, we've been hearing a lot of grumbling about people wanting to cut down on their calorie intake, especially carbs. So we're going to do 1 tortilla. But in order to use 1 tortilla and not have it fall apart because you got so much stuff going inside of it, we have to cheat a little bit. So we're going to take the cheese that normally would have put on top, we're going to put on the bottom. And the cheese kind of helps hold the tortilla together. So just a little bit right there. And as the cheese melts, it kind of adds another layer to the taco. Taco. So again, we grab a little piece of the nice grilled wahoo. And so we came up with a new version of what we call it a kimchi inspired. And it's got the Asian flavors to it.
That's kimchi on top?
That's kimchi. It's our version of it. All right, Danny, it's your turn. You gotta see what it tastes like now.
Yeah, I haven't had a kimchi taco
Yeah,
before.
exactly. So you're gonna see a little bit of the cider taste to it, more vinegary base, but it all kind of comes well together.
That's delicious.
So nobody's doing anything like this. You can have a traditional one with 2 tortillas. You can have one with the regular slaw, citrus slaw, and now you can have something that has more of an Asian bite to it.
And this is so unique with the melted cheese.
Yeah.
Wahoo is the fish.
Yep.
Nobody serves tacos
Nope.
with wahoo and then the kimchi on top. That's pretty awesome. Well, thanks a lot. And for our viewers, where can they find you?
Wahoos.com is the first website. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We're all over the place.
Yeah, and if you see him like speaking at an event or running a food show somewhere, go visit Wing. Really nice guy, and he'll be glad to talk to you about fish.
You
Well,
got
let's
it.
get back on the water and show you more exciting action right here on Sport Fishing.
Like this?
I'm getting bit by this fish. I think it's a yellow, I don't know. He's picking it up, dropping it, picking it up, dropping it. So sometimes what you can do in the situation is put it in gear and wind slowly. Make it look like it's trying to escape and the yellows will come back and hit it. So you're gonna throw it in gear and just gonna wind nice and easy. Try to get the slack out. See if he'll eat it. I don't feel him. So I might have to just switch baits.
Catalina yellowtail right there. Woo!
There's color, it's a yellow. Color right here, gaff. All right, here we go. Catalina yellowtail, not a monster fish, but nice quality fish. Fishing here aboard the Triton at Catalina Island. Got that on a live bait, mustad hook, 25-pound test line. Busted off a couple earlier, but finally got this one to the boat. Nice job. All right, we're gonna take a little break from the action, and when we return, I'll be giving you this week's tip of the week. I knew I could do it. For this week's tip of the week, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we're doing today here aboard the Triton at Catalina Island. And it's pretty much all live bait. There are getting some fish on artificials, but for the most part, it's all about live bait fishing. And because of that, catching yellowtail, a couple of things. You need a good quality hook using mustad hooks, black nickel hooks, worked out really good. Also the bronze, the 94151 bronze mustad hooks worked out good too on 3.0 and 4.0 size. But what's really critically important is that your bait can swim freely. That's why I use a perfection loop knot fishing live bait. See, that hook can move freely like that, and that way the bait can move around. Now, if you're not comfortable tying a knot like that, go ahead and pick up your mustad hooks. They have rings in them, and that way the bait will move around. So that's this week's tip of the week. Fishing live bait, and the fish are a little picky like you were today, catching these yellowtail and calico bass. You gotta have that bait look really lively, so either tie a perfection loop knot with a good quality hook or use a hook that has a ring in it and you'll catch more fish. Well, I wanna thank the crew of the Triton. Our skipper did a great job today, Brian. Got us on the fish, and everybody here had a good time. If you wanna join us on one of these trips, please go to my website, and there you can see all the trips that we offer throughout the year, and you can come out here and fish with us like all the people did today. Well, I'm Dan Hernandez, hoping you enjoyed this week's episode of Sport Fishing, and I hope you join us again next week as we go looking for more of the best in sport fishing.